Welcome to Speed Scene Live TV, the only show dedicated to the sportsman racer. Brought to you by Curry Rear Ends, Hedman Hustler Headers, M&H Tires, and TheFote.com. With your hosts, Diana Might, Bruce Barker, Scott Lucky Hudson, Alex Rogio, Bob Beck, Bryant Layton, with Donnie Couch and Dar Hawthorne.
Wow, way to go. 2014 already? Man, I am stoked. We are looking forward to having a great show tonight. My name is Lucky. Over here, Diana Might. Diana Might, welcome back.
Hey, well, you know what? It's great to be back, Lucky. We had a nice little break, but we're here for our viewers. We're going to let you know what's going on.
That's right. We've also got Hot Rod Bob Beck over here. Bob, you, what happened? Did you get lost in the wilderness?
I am saving so much money on razors now. You know?
I think some of those hillbillies slapped you across the face and added a little something for us.
I got a duck call now, and I know how to use it.
A duck call, eh?
I've heard of no shave November. I've never heard of no mow February.
It's Velcro.
And, of course, over there, Bruce Barker. He's in charge of everything that needs in charge of what stuff.
Hey, Bruce, how come your camera looks so great?
You know,
funny.
I think
You look tan and everything, and I know better.
red filters.
And then, of course, tonight, special guest star, we've got the infamous Brett Big Swag Wagner. Brett, welcome back to Speed Scene Live.
2014, we're cruising, but more importantly, what is up with your hair back there, big man? What is going on? Flock of seagulls? This is good, man.
Let's take a look at this. What are you? Oh, well, I do have
You got a little flock of seagulls going on.
Yeah.
And I ran.
It ran from Bruce's head and ended up on Bob's chin.
You can blonde hair on that chin, okay?
Wow.
I'm sensing the trend.
Okay, one at a time, guys.
Okay. Hey, listen, right now we've got some great footage from Yvonne Lucas in her good-looking Camaro. She's out at the Streetcar Supernationals, and this is kind of setting the tone for not just this night, but the whole year. A lot of door car racing tonight, as well as a bunch of other stuff tonight. We're going to talk with the Florida Street Outlaws. We've got Joe Miller calling in. Correct?
Yeah, whole shot
Yes,
Joe Miller.
absolutely. Yes, he's from the Florida Street Outlaws, and we're also going to have Rockin' Robin check in.
Well, Diana Might, I'm glad to hear that. Yes, I'm already messing up. That's right. The
okay.
show's already off to a good start. And we would also like to welcome a brand new sponsor and advertiser to the show. You know, everybody out there that has ever seen an Aeromotive fuel system product, they know what the quality is like. High quality stuff, great equipment. And we'd like to welcome Aeromotive Fuel Systems to the show.
Wow, congrats.
Yeah,
awesome.
We're really excited. We're running them on the cars. They're fuel pumps, they're regulators, they're fuel filters. Great products, and we're really proud to be representing Aeromotive Fuel Systems on the show and at the track. So, hey, you know what? Why don't you come on by the Curry Rear Ends Hedman Hustler Headers booth, which will now be called in addition, the Aeromotive booth, and see the high-quality products. We're going to have some stuff from Aeromotive as well as stuff from Curry Rear Ends and Hedman Hustler Headers and a lot of the Transdat products. So we got a lot of cool stuff on display. You can come on by, and it's some great stuff there. Bob, what are you going to be talking about tonight?
Well, you know, this is Funny Car February, and we are going to have Jeff Arend calling in. Ooh. He is the driver of the Moon Eyes Grime Boss Funny Car.
That's
and
right.
They're going to make their debut this year at the Winter Nationals. They run on a limited schedule, but Jeff's going to be calling in, and you know what? I think it's going to be a good year for him.
Nice. Hey, you know what? Want to remind you, check out the latest issue of Drag Illustrated magazine. Hey, Lucky, do you actually have a copy of Drag Illustrated right there?
You know, I do right here. This is the 2013 photo annual.
Wow.
And, of course, a great high-quality magazine.
Isn't there an article in there by a special someone like
You
you?
mean
look at
you mean
that.
the Curry Sportsman
Hey!
Spotlight?
Wow.
Yes. In fact, tonight, in this article here, we're talking about the Florida Street Outlaws.
Yeah.
And tonight we're going to talk to Joe Miller from Whole Shot Wheels about the Florida Street Outlaws.
Well, did you time that just perfectly or what? Lucky?
You know, do you think I would be smart enough to pull something like that off?
Yeah, I think you would.
You know what's nice about there's not many magazines that cater to the drag racing,
Right,
and Drag
right.
Illustrated is one of those, and it's pretty slick and cool that you get to do an article in it.
You know, I'm really happy about it. In fact, make sure you check out next month's magazine because they will be doing the Women of Drag Racing, the hottest women of drag racing.
Okay, great. Hey, and we want to let everybody to know to come on down to the March meet.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. That's where the next race that I'm going to be at. Lucky's going to be there with me. We're going to be in the Curry Rear Ends Headman Hustler Header booth. And you know what? Ask for a Speed Scene Live sticker. We'll go ahead and put it on your car. Maybe give you a little photo op. Put you on Speed Scene Live right here.
That's
And you'll put it on, right? I mean,
Yeah.
Don't I always?
okay. I just wanted to make sure. You know.
only if they ask.
Okay. Oh,
I,
if they
I
ask.
rub it on, I peel it apart, and I rub it on real nice and
You know, Brett,
get
we
the
had a
bubbles
guy.
out.
We had a viewer of the show back in New Hampshire that asked her
Just
to
had a heart attack, is what he just had. We heard that.
Look at what our cameraman's doing right now.
Yes, sir. Go ahead, New Hampshire. Yeah.
He had Dynamite put Speed Scene Live stickers on his dragster. It's a famous dragster called the Hell's a Poppin' Dragster.
Oh, sure.
Bobby? Yep.
And he, you know, the funny thing was he had her put him way down low. She had to bend way over.
Really?
Oh,
He's
you know,
a smart man. Come on, he's no fool.
You know what I noticed, Lucky, is
No,
you got a pretty good looking shirt on right there.
You know,
Yes.
Just throwing it out there.
I'm wearing my Swag Army shirt tonight.
By the way, just so you know, it is actually bright red, no matter what
It
your
is.
reproduction
It's
system is.
hot red, is
That's
what it is.
Well, it could also we'll make some pink for Breast Cancer Awareness Week.
Oh,
so
okay.
you know, why
Well,
not?
you know, February is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, so we
So,
better get some of those
well,
puppies on.
there we go,
You know,
right there.
protect the tatas and everything.
Of course, I'm wearing my Mike Murillo shirt because he sent it to me. So you know, when they send you a shirt,
you gotta do it,
you gotta represent.
Now, speaking of representing, Brett, how can people buy these shirts? Where can they get a hold of a Swag Army shirt?
Let me see if I
like
got
this
this
one right here.
UPWDI at MSN.com, I believe. UPWDI at MSN.com. Or just go to Facebook, on Facebook, and holler
Yeah,
at
what's
me
the
on
easy
Facebook.
way? What's
Yeah,
the
yeah.
easy way?
Come on, Facebook, yeah. That's our wrestling thing. We're getting back into the world of pro wrestling, and I've been out of it for about 10 years, and my body says, why not go break a few more bones?
Because
So,
there's a few joints that still work.
Yeah, we can't have that.
Can't have a bone without breaking it once in a while.
We're
There's a
gonna
couple.
see commercials for osteoporosis
Oh,
and
man.
joint stuff.
Why not?
And Bruce is gonna be doing these. Brett's gonna be doing these commercials
Oh,
for
I'm
us.
ready too. I am so ready. Man, I
Bruce,
got the
Bob, and
shoulder
myself,
thing
we're
and
ready.
all
I can see
know.
I'm stuck on
The triple
Band-Aids,
Bs.
and Band-Aids are stuck on me. Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Okay, well, let's get back to the Florida Street Outlaws because we got a big race coming up. And Dynamite, why don't you bring on a guest and let's talk about
Well,
that?
let's go to line one and welcome Joe Miller to Speed Scene Live. Joe, welcome to Speed Scene.
Hey,
Right, Joe,
Joe, there you are.
Wake up, Joe.
You know, we're having such a good time, Joe. We almost forgot to talk to you about the Florida Street Outlaws. My mistake. You've got a great race coming up. Tell us a little bit about the race that's coming up, where it's going to be at, the date, that type of thing.
well, it's good. February 7th, which is Friday night, will be a test and tune at Lakeland Drag Strip in Florida.
That's a special
Clear
day.
over from the other corner of the country, and then February 8th will be the actual race for the top 10 spots on the Florida Street Outlaw list.
Cool.
We're gonna have a quick 8 class also in there, a Rock and Rob quick 8 class, and we're also having a 750 class put in there, sponsored by Whole Shot Wheels.
Nice.
We're gonna open the gate. Yeah, we're gonna open the gates at 9, and I mean this thing is just going crazy, Lucky.
Well, you know, I understand that in addition to Rock and Rob, you're bringing Big Swag out to meet and greet the people.
Oh yeah. Brett's going to be in the house, and we're all excited about that. All the people down here in Florida are too. I think, gosh, Brett, you could tell me how many you do about 500 different episodes of Pastime down here.
Wow, you know, in
So,
Florida, yeah, we shot about, I would imagine we shot about 33 episodes in Florida over 5 years. So I know, and lucky you guys, and Bob knows that there's some fast cars out there in Florida, and people have been chomping at the bit. And when Joe decided, hey, we're going to do this Florida Street Outlaws and do a show at Lakeland, all of a sudden it kind of picked up and started going nuts. So I hope these people are prepared, because there's going to be a lot of cars down there this weekend.
Yeah, it's really going nuts. We've got Willard Kinzer coming in out of Kentucky with 2 cars.
Wow.
And we've got guys showing up. He's going to run the Quick 8 because he doesn't have a Florida tag, so he's going to run the Quick 8.
I was gonna ask about that. You know, these are Florida cars, so out-of-state people don't really qualify, because I know he's involved with the Kentucky Street Outlaws.
Yeah, well, you got
right.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry, Joe.
No, it's Lucky, we got 3 classes. We've got the Florida Street Outlaws class, and everything's going to be ran in a no-prep situation. As a matter of fact, on Friday before Testington, the track will be scraped. And everybody's aware of it. So what we've tried to do is we've tried to make places for people to get in where they fit in, if you will. And that class was a big class, the Quick 8 class. He was excited about it, but most importantly, we've also got a ton of guys coming out of Georgia and Alabama that are excited about it, to come down and kind of see what we have.
Well, heck, they probably just want to get out of that cold weather and come on down to sunny Florida. Heck.
You're probably right, Diane. You're probably right. I don't blame them.
that is a good draw. Now, I've got crew updates on the Fote.com. People are talking to me. There's a lot of buzz about your race, Joe. And I've actually got a guy on Yellow Bullet that wanted to know. He had a question about what's the price for spectators, and when can you enter, and where can you go to get that info?
You can go to FloridaStreetOutlaws.com, and then there's when you go there across the top, it'll be an event section. You click on that, and it'll take you to an event page, and it's $20 to get in. You can register at the gate. The pre-registration's closed for the cars, but cars are still registering at the gate, and we're opening the gates on Saturday at 9 a.m., and the track's going to go hot probably around 11:30, it looks like. Cool. Right after a driver's meeting.
Wow. Well, it sounds like you're, Joe, one of the problems that some of the states have had is a lack of organization, and it sounds like you've got that problem licked already.
I think Brett would probably be able to tell you a little bit better. That's, if anything else, it's I'm an organized freak, and that's just how I function and work. But my whole focus here and what we're trying to do down here is just promote the Florida racer and the manufacturers to the world. And I reached out to a lot of people, Lucky, and you guys were one of them. SHRA guys down here. RaceQuip came on board as a title sponsor. Coast Chassis Design, ATF, UPR, Induction Solutions, TRZ, JW Performance Transmissions. We have got manufacturers that, when I asked them the question, said, Joe, whatever you want to do. Ozzy, that owns Lakeland and Orlando Drag Strip, said, all right, whatever you want to do is fine with me. And it's just been overwhelming, really, the amount of support we've got from everybody around the country. And looking forward to it.
Lucky and guys, and Joe, I mean, the bottom line is Joe's trying to promote drag racing. And that's, like his slogan is, put them in the beams and shut up. So
I like that. Quit your bitching and go race it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
And that's what it's about, bringing them off the street, putting them on the strip in a safe environment, or at least as safe as possible.
Well, just getting back to basics.
We simulate it with scraping the track, and no police chases, no stop signs, and we go out and have a good time. These guys are running anything they want, any tire, any engine, any power adders, no round tube chassis cars. And
Justin
let's
Bieber
go,
won't
like
show
Brett
up.
said, put it in the beans and shut up.
What was that, Bob Beck?
Justin Bieber's not going to show up this time.
But I do, Joe, we're going to have some people there that are going to be broadcasting this all over the country, though, correct?
Yes, yes. Not only the country, it'll be all over the world. It's bangshift.com.
Oh, give Chad a
Chad's
hard
coming
time,
down
yeah.
from Bangshift, and
Nice.
we're pretty excited about that. It's going to wind up in 28 different countries. I'm already getting a lot of people from up north, like you said, Diana, that are freezing and won't be able to make it to the track, are actually getting excited about tuning in and really seeing what these Florida racers and manufacturers are all about. So it's going to be a good time for all.
Now, how do you pick who pairs up together, Joe?
Well, the way we're going to actually do it is we're expecting a tremendous amount of cars, but at the end of the day, we're trying to get to the top 10. So everybody's going to, in all three classes, they'll all get a shakedown pass, a left lane, and a right lane pass will be mandatory, and those will be their qualifying passes. The 750 class is an all-run field. The Quick 8, obviously, it'll be the Quick 8 cars. And then in the Florida Street Outlaw class, we're going to take a field of 32. And we're going to bring them all out. We're going to line them up, not by the fastest. We're just going to bring out the top 32 in no particular order. You know, one thing when we got into this, Lucky, was I'm really conscious about not educating the racers on their competition. That's not my job, that's their job. And so I'm protecting their numbers. The racers in the Florida Street Outlaw class will get a half a time sheet when they come through the time slips, time shack, and we'll know in the tower. And that's how we're doing it. And then 32 of us will get us down to 16. 16 gets us down to 8. And this is where it starts to get a little tricky and exciting right here. We need 10. So those 8 losers are coming back, and they're going to run against themselves for the 9 and 10 spot, the gatekeeper, to fill out the top 10 list in the field.
Oh, they get to battle it out for those 2 slots. Well, Joe, where can people go to get info? What's your Facebook and your website again?
FL Street Outlaws on Facebook, or you can go right to FloridaStreetOutlaws.com, and you can follow us from there. You can go to the event page, click on that, and it'll take you right back to Florida Street Outlaws. And we're just looking forward to everybody coming out there and having a good time. Weather's going to be great, and it's just going to be a great way to start the season.
And people can come out and meet Brett Big Swag live in person, get an autograph, do a little meet and greet.
Yeah.
No problem.
No problem. Pictures, meet and greet, whatever the case is. We've actually, I don't think I told Brett this yet, but I'll tell him now, Lucky, while you're here. Yeah, well, I bought like 1,000 cards for him just so he can sign the little cards of the event and stuff. And I even got him backup Sharpie markers just in case he wears them out.
Get your
we're
wrist
going to
brace.
work him hard and have a good time. And he's got a few things up his sleeve too, so it'll be a good sleeve.
You know, actually, he prefers to just sign people's bodies more than cards. He's a hands-on kind of guy.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm ready. I'm excited, Joe. We're gonna have great weather. Hope the folks, even if I don't know what you got going on this weekend, but even if you're not racing, come on down, enjoy. We got tons of vendors are gonna be down there. Lucky. I mean, it's just gonna be fun for the whole family.
Sure, come on down, enjoy the sunshine, check out the cars. If you can't race, be a spectator. It's second best, right?
Enjoy.
Come on down. Well, Joe, thanks a lot. We'll talk to you later. Good luck with Florida Street Outlaws.
Guys, thank you very much. I appreciate it. And I'll be listening to the rest of the show as we always do. And we'll talk to you later, and we'll see y'all at the track this weekend. Put it in the beams and shut up.
Right. Take care. Bye-bye.
You know, thank you, Joe. And before we go to our commercial break, we've got Jeff Aran coming up really soon. But before we do, Dynamite, bring up line 3, and let's talk to Rockin' Rob.
Hey, Rockin' Rob. Welcome to Speed Scene Live.
Well, hey guys, man, welcome from the East Coast here in Philly. It's great to talk to you guys again. I haven't seen you in a while.
Is it cold out there?
Well, it is so freezing cold.
So I won't tell you how we're wearing our shorts and tank tops out here in Southern California, right?
Oh, you're so
It's
bad.
so cold, Rockin' Rob had to put a sweater on his gator car, okay? That's how cold it is. Rob?
You know, dude, it was so... Go ahead.
I was just going to say, we're here in studio. We got Brett Big Swag Wagner here. He's heading your way.
Yeah.
He's going to be there. You and him together. You guys have been together in an event before, and from what I understand, man, you guys had a great time, and the crowd loved both of you.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And he's such a well-known guy in the drag race community, and very well respected. He had, one of the greatest shows on television ever, Pastime, I mean. He made it an epic show, and it really sucked, man, that it came off the air. But I'm honored, man, to have him in Florida, and he's going to help me witness the top 10 fastest cars in the state of Florida, and that's just going to be a party, man.
You know, you guys are going to have a fun time. Everybody that goes in the gate as a spectator is going to have a great time. I know that you're going to be talking racing. You're going to be talking the top 10 lists. People are going to be happy to see everybody. You know, it sounds like the first big kickoff of the year.
You know what's great is Rob travels around so much doing what he does for a lot of the different races and tracks. And this guy just got back from, where were you, Rob? In Utah? He drove to Utah and then just drove back home.
Through this Arctic storm.
Let me tell you what, now I can talk about it that it's over, but while I was doing it, we did amongst 10 or 12 guys that did pretty good with themselves, and they have really nice, fast cars. We did a cannonball run from here to Wendover, Nevada, and back.
Wow.
Jeez. Man. Well, Rob, we just talked to Joe Miller promoting the race. We didn't even get a chance to talk to him about Whole Shot wheels. Great wheels. I run them on my car. I love Whole Shot performance wheels.
And they're a major sponsor of it, right, Lucky?
I don't know. I forgot to even ask him.
Oh, yeah.
We were so busy talking about the event, but Rob, we're looking forward to hearing all about it, and I know that you guys are going to put on a great show. If anybody is anywhere near, they need to go to the event. Show up. Be a spectator.
How about if they're not near, Lucky, and they just want some sunshine? I say go to Florida.
Go to Florida.
Well, you say that we have Willard Kinzer coming all the way from Paintsville, Kentucky to run 2 cars, so that's exciting.
That's what Joe was saying.
And he told us they got a quick 6.
Rockin' Rob's quick 8, so
Quick
it doesn't
8, yeah.
matter what you got. You don't have to have a Florida license or tags. You could have a 4-second car. We don't care. Bring it down.
So Diana Mike could head on down with her Nova, enter the quick 8.
So could those outlaw people from Oklahoma say go on down there and race if they wanted to? Those ones we see on TV?
Yeah, they could. They would be welcome, I'm sure. But,
sure.
with them, it's all about the protocol.
Yeah, but it seems like every state is getting their quick 10 or their little outlaw group together. I think we need an outlaw group here in California, Lucky.
Well, there's probably one coming together somewhere.
We just don't know about it.
Yeah, we haven't heard about it yet. I don't know.
Yeah, because we race at the track. Oh, well.
Hey, Rob, real quick, tell me about, since I've never been to the track, but tell the folks at home about Lakeland.
Well, I haven't been there either. I actually raced Orlando Speed World, which they also own. But from what I've heard, it's a beautiful 8-mile track placed in Lakeland, Florida. And the festivities kick off actually Friday, February 7th for the Test and Tune. The gates open at 6. And I'm flying out early, Brett, so I can get a handle on all the racers, interview them, find out what they have in store for the big show Saturday. But, Lakeland Drag Strip, the weather's perfect. I'm really excited. Race Quip stepped up to the plate, and they're going to sponsor this. They're the title sponsor, Brett, so big stuff, man.
Are you bringing the Gator? Are you bringing your kid? What are we doing?
The Gator Pro Mod.
It's kind of far for me to bring it, man, but, Lucky and Diane, I had the privilege of being with them at the Yellow Bullet Nationals 3 years ago. I saw their Curry rear-end sponsored Nova, and they got a taste of the Gator vet, but too far to haul it. And I'm going to be busy with you, Brett, mingling with the people and announcing this badass event, man.
Yeah, in fact, we saw that Gator go really good. You were real happy with its performance. And not only that, we're showing B-roll from the Yellow Bullet Nationals while we're talking to you. Hey, we got to go. Rob, we got funny car driver Jeff Arand on deck coming up next. But we're looking forward to hearing all about your event. So you guys have a good one.
All right, take care, everybody. Rock and Rob, I'm out.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Is that sort of like Seacrest out?
Seacrest out.
Please.
Bruce, let's take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we're going to talk to Jeff Aren, and we're going to find out what's going on with him. We'll be right back after a word from our sponsors.
Hey, this is Rockin' Rob on Speed Seed Live. Look out, Orlando.
At Aeromotive, we believe that performance means reliability, longevity, and durability. Being the best is no secret. By utilizing aerospace processes, procedures, technology, in-house engineering, true applications knowledge, and 3 generations of track experience, it's easy to see why we're the best. We take great pride in the fact that everything we sell, we design and make in the USA. See our entire line of fuel pumps and related products by logging on to aeromotiveinc.com. Aeromotive. We know it, we race it, we live it.
60 years. That's a long time for a company to do any one thing. Doing it right while sticking to your founding values. Now that takes hard work and dedication. For 60 years, Hedman's all-American workforce has been devoted to manufacturing the very best headers any team of craftsmen can build. That's 60 years of cutting, 60 years of bending, 60 years of welding, more than 2 million in all. And every set made right here at home. At Hedman Headers, we build all American horsepower, then back it up for life. Hedman Headers.
Welcome back to more of Speed Scene Live, the #1 online drag racing TV show. Brought to you by Curry Rear Ends, M&H Tires, Hedman Hustler Headers, and TheFoat.com.
It's a packed house. Thanks for joining us for show #1 in 2014. Hope you had a great new year and all that cool stuff that transpired while we were out doing who knows what we were doing. I'm Bruce Barker. There's Diana Mite.
We'll never tell what we were doing.
Yeah, I don't even remember what I was doing. There's Lucky Hudson.
Swag Army, brother.
Swag Army indeed. And wearing the Moon Eyes gear, it's Hot Rod Bob. We're going to do the Great American Auto Scene next. Big Swag is in the studio. Brett Wagner from Pastime and so much more.
Yep.
What's that shirt again?
Mike Murillo.
Now you've got
14-time champ.
And you essentially have a screenshot that was sent to you on your phone of the show.
That's right.
With you on it.
Yeah.
So it was
San Antonio, Texas. You know, Mike Murillo, we call him Tybo Mike. He was on
Oh,
Pastime.
wow.
He was the funniest guy we've ever had on the show.
You know, Brett, he's never raced out here. I've never met him in person, but even I know that dude's badass, man. That car wins a lot.
I'm wearing the shirt backwards. Now, Mike is from San Antonio, so I understand that they're not the... Well, anyways, you got to... For big guys, Mike, you got to put the stuff on the front because we don't, anyways.
Well, you know, for advertising purposes, marketing purposes, you would want to put it on the front. I kind of feel left out because I don't have anything written on my shirt. I just got a bunch of little bubbles.
Well, in that case, take that shirt off immediately, Diana.
So much for little bubbles.
Well, see,
Yeah,
So much for bubbles.
Little
They're
polka
happy
dots.
bubbles.
There's
Little
little,
polka
on the
dots.
shirt.
That's amazing. I was going to suggest something, a little
you were.
less risque, but Lucky went
you
right
wouldn't.
there.
Yes.
I went right there. Lose the shirt.
There you go. I think that puts us into a different network.
There you go.
That's right. That's one channel over that way. Hey, Hot Rod Bob, is
Yes.
it time for the Great American Auto Scene?
You got it.
All right.
All right, I'm Bob Beck, and you've got gas. This time we're gonna entice it with some nitro, and Jeff Arend drives the Moon Eyes Grime Boss car. Big Jim Dunn's team. Jeff, how are you doing?
Yeah, not too bad at all. How about yourself?
We're doing great out here. Now, you've been working on that car, getting ready for the Winter Nationals this coming week.
Yeah, I actually just got it all loaded up about an hour and a half ago, fought the LA traffic, and I'm just driving by the track right now since I live so close.
Now, you're driving back with your GTO?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. You've been doing some work on that thing. You dropped it down so low you couldn't get up the driveway?
Yeah, the speed bumps looked a lot bigger.
All right, so what are we going to expect this year? You run a limited schedule with that car, correct?
No, actually, we're going to run the whole year again, and we did last year as well. We just run with a couple of different sponsors, so it's a little tough to keep track of. But, Moon Eyes we're starting and finishing the year with. We have USD in there. Of course, our major sponsor is Grime Boss, and you'll see the Grime Boss Park 15 races this year.
Okay, good. Now, you not only do you drive the Moon Eyes Grime Boss car, you've done a little nostalgia drag racing as well.
Yeah, I've done that a little bit of that. When I was driving for Connie Collette in the DHL car, Dale Poldy called me up while we were testing and asked if I wanted to drive the War Eagle. And at the time, I was like, "Oh, really, Dale?" He's like, if you drive it well, everybody goes, "Well, you should drive it well. You're a pro driver." And if you don't drive it well, of course, you're going to hear everything about it.
Yeah. All right, now, what is changed? You didn't go down to Florida, wherever it was everybody else was testing. What have you done to get prepared for the new season?
Well, we started off last year with a lot of new pieces from Alan Johnson and a different clutch combination and everything, and it took us a little while to get a hang of it, but probably by mid-season, I'd say we had a pretty solid, 410 to 415 car. And then as we got to the end of the year, we wanted to run some O's, and Big Jim turned up the wick, and lo and behold, we ran an 08 and 06 at the finals. So we feel we have a pretty good handle on the tune-up and not really a big reason to go testing.
Okay, good. Saves you some money. You don't have to go around. We saw you at the Moon Eyes event, and you were there with the car. What is new? I mean, what are your plans for the year? You got the car ready. You're set to go. What's the strategy? Anything?
Basically, just start off where we left off. So, if we go out to Pomona, our kind of game plan is on the first qualifying lap, just try and run our normal 12 or 13 like we normally run. Mm-hmm. And if everything goes according to plan, we'll tune it up a little bit more and try and run an 08, and that should put us pretty solidly in the field, I would think. And then, just go on from there the rest of the year.
All right. Now, how did you finish at the end of last year?
The end of last year at Pomona, we ran our two best runs of the year. So we ran a 408, and then we ran a 406 right after that. And in the first round, we had Wilkerson, and it was probably on pace to run like an 04 or something, but smoked the tires, and I pedaled it. We got lucky and beat beat Wilkerson, but we did a lot of damage to it. So I told Jim, we actually got back up there. We had round 2 against John Forrest, and I told Jim, if it does anything dumb, I'm just going to shut it off. Let's not, hurt any more parts. We didn't get a chance to start it. So I figured we went up there, the thing smoked the tires right away, so I figured I was going to watch John run another 405 or whatever, and of course he smoked the tires right away. I'm like, great. So I just idled down the track and watched him go all over the place. So.
Jeff, this is Lucky. We're in the middle of a drought. Of course, as soon as the Winter Nationals open up, the rain comes out. You got some potential rain, not that much, but a little bit potential at Pomona. But the weekend looks like it's going to be perfect. But you got a cold track that you're going to be racing on until it gets a little heat in it. Are you concerned about that?
Not too much. I mean, this year they're running sportsman cars on Thursday. We ran on Thursday before, but they changed it this year. So we'll have some sportsman cars going down the track, and there's a pile of funny cars there. I think there's 21 or something. So we'll get to see, 4 or 5 pairs of cars go down the track before we run. So NHRACE's done such a good job prepping the track for the last, 2.5 years that I'm not worried at all.
All right, so you're going to take the car down the track and go there. Now, I noticed some of the pictures. We got your friend of Kyle Keck, who shows up at races everywhere.
That's right. Donnie put him in a cackle car.
Yeah,
and,
that's right.
They had a great time. I think that was at the Pomona Finals. He got him in one of the cackle cars, and he got to sit behind the car or sit behind the wheel in the cockpit. And, man, the crowd reaction was amazing. It was just amazing to see everybody gather around and applaud. He had a great time.
Yeah, Kyle's a really good guy. Him and his dad go to quite a few races, and, he's always hanging around the starting line, very friendly, and always take pictures with him. And it's nice to see someone like that really enjoying life.
Jeff, how long have you been driving funny cars?
I'm going to date myself here, but I got my license in November of 1994 with Paul Smith. And then, ran a little bit for Smith in 95. Actually used to pay to drive, which was all kinds of fun. And ran a little bit in 06 or in 96. And I think it was my 14th race ever. We ended up winning a national event. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah. And you've been with Dunn for how long now?
That's my second full season with Jim Dunn.
Cool. And any other plans? Thinking of switching to a dragster, or are you going to stick with the funny cars?
I've always been a kind of a funny car guy, and I like driving them. When I first started driving for Connie Collette, we went to the first race, and we missed qualifying by just a little bit. And I thought, Connie's going to be all mad and everything, but he said, hey, we're going testing on Wednesday. You want to drive Grubby's car? You think you can sit in it? So I sat in it. And, of course, Grubby's pretty big, and I'm not, so Rocco, if you give me like a phone book or two so I can see over the desk, I can drive it. I think we ended up making like 11 or 12 runs in one day. I would like make a run in the top fuel car, come back, get in the funny car, make another run, wait for him to service it, and go back out again. And I didn't make any full runs in the top fuel car, but it's completely a different feeling. Not that I didn't like it or I liked it. It was just different.
Now, what did you start drag racing with?
A long time ago, I started drag racing with a 72 Monte Carlo at a one of those high school drag deals.
Wow!
Just back in Cayuga, up in in Canada where I was from, and kind of worked my way up maybe like a second at a time, and finally I had a 10-second street car in 1985, a 70 Chevelle. I ran like 1030s, which when you went to the local track, you barely saw any 9-second cars, so it was a pretty cool car, but. Of course, you drive a supercharged Chevelle on the street, you're going to be getting pulled over. So I learned very quickly that's not much fun. And took the drivetrain out of that and threw it in a 27 Roadster, ran 8s with it. And then, long story short, made another car, bought a Fiat Topolino and built it. And we ran 6s with it, and I bracket raced like a 650 car.
Wow. Now, you and I have a common friend, Danny Althouse. How'd you meet him? Because he's kind of a strange guy to get hooked up with.
Yep. Actually, met him at a New Year's party a couple of years ago. I don't know if you know John Armstrong or not, but he does a lot of work for him. And we ended up meeting there. Of course, he was a car guy, and we've been pretty good friends ever since. As a matter of fact, I got a bunch of tickets in my hand right now, and I'm at our local cigar and beer night place, waiting to go in there. But I got tickets for him. He's a good guy.
Yeah. Cigars and beer. Hey, Jeff, I got a question for you. This is Brett Wagner. I go to Canada a lot. What's one of your favorite tracks up north?
Well, I grew up in the Toronto area, so Cayuga was the first track I ever went to, so that's kind of a big one. They used to have divisional races there and everything. And then the same guy that owned Cayuga eventually bought a track called London Motorsports Park or St. Thomas, so we ran there a lot. I haven't run a lot of other tracks up in Canada. I ran in Ottawa a track called Loughville, one called Napierville, but I'd say probably Cayuga was my favorite one that I went to.
One track I have not been to, that in Toronto Motorsports Park, but I look forward to seeing how you do this year, and I hope it's a tremendous year for you.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, last year it was kind of a big step to think you would finish in the top 10, even though everybody says that. But first, it's tough to finish in the top 10 with all the cars out there. But right now, I feel we have a car that, we get a few breaks here and there. There's no reason we can't. We're a competitive car, been qualifying in the middle of the field when the car's running good, and that's what we intend to do the rest of the year.
All right, Jeff, I appreciate you calling in. I wish you a bunch of luck this weekend. You're headed over to Pomona. It's tech and set up on Thursday, and you hit your 2 qualifying sessions on Friday and then Saturday, correct?
Yep, Friday and Saturday, both 1 and 4 that Nitro cars start qualifying at.
All right, so we'll see you at the Winter Nationals.
Jeff, we're going to be cheering for you. Hope to see you in the winner's circle, and sure be nice to have you take home a Wally.
Sounds like a good idea to me.
All right, Jeff, thanks again for calling in. We'll see you this weekend.
All right, thanks for having me on the show. Have a great day.
You too. Take care.
Hey, Bruce, play that video you were playing in the background there. Jeff Arend was talking about Kyle, and Donnie Couch just happened to put Kyle in a cackle car at Pomona.
Yeah. Right. Stall me real good there, Lucky. Stall me, baby.
Yeah. You lost it already.
No, this was a great video. The crowd gathered around Kyle. They were all clapping and cheering when they started that car up, and the look on his face was phenomenal.
Hey, Donnie Couch here for Speed Scene Live. We get a lot of requests on the show, but I got one from Kyle Keck here. He wanted to sit in the Mongoose Top Fuel Dragster. Of course, he's with TeamKyleKeck.com. You can check that out on his website. And Kyle, you came all the way out here from Oklahoma, and you ready to cackle this baby?
Oh, I was born ready. I'm so ready to do this. The Nitro, and it don't get no better than this. Just thank you for this opportunity, and I'm really thankful for this. So this is awesome.
Hey, well, we're thankful you're out here. He was a NASCAR fan, came to his first drag race, and he hasn't looked back. It's all about Nitro now for Team Kyle Keck and his dad coming to all the races. So we're going to get him suited up, and we're going to cackle this baby right now on Speed Scene Live. Okay, Donnie Couch, Speed Scene Live. We're ready to cackle this Mongoose Dragster for Kyle Keck, one of his big wishes. He came all the way out here from Oklahoma, hopped out of the wheelchair. He's in a Top Fuel Dragster. Frank Bainey, let's start this baby.
Oh, here it goes.
Yeah. And this car's on like 85% nitro.
Yeah, that's the old Gakel car that Mongoose drove back in the 60s.
Wow.
Yeah, historic car. And they were trying to set it up to where Kyle was going to get a chance to do this at the March meet. But unfortunately, it's not easy for Kyle to travel, and financially it's difficult. And he told Donnie, he came out for the Pomona finals, and he said, Donnie, I'm not going to be able to make it back for the March meet. So Donnie said, you know what, let's see what we can do. I know some people here. There's some Cackle cars here.
Okay, let's see. I think Donnie's got kind of a recap here of the video. Here we go.
Well, Kyle Keck, how's that smell of nitro?
Oh, it's awesome. And I just want to tell y'all, if you ever get an opportunity to cackle one of these cars, you need to do it.
Well, you got a bigger crowd here than Tony Schumacher out here.
I just want to thank y'all for coming out and supporting me. That's awesome. And thanks again, everybody.
Hey, that's Team Kyle Keck. Hey, you better turn around and get a shot of that crowd here, because he's getting a bigger shot than the NHRA guys over there, Ken. Get a shot of him. Thanks for Speed Scene Live, everybody.
Look at that crowd. I mean, the people are going nuts.
That's a good guy right there, Donnie. I don't care what Bruce says about him. That is one hell of a dude right there.
I only said bad things when I thought nobody was
Donnie
listening.
Couch, Speed Scene Live here at the old Mongoose McEwen Top Fuel Dragster, the Bainey and Rossi team, letting Kyle Keck get into the car and cackle it. Kyle coming all the way from Oklahoma, steps out of his hot rod here that he's normally operating. Right, Kyle? How was it?
It was great, and this hot rod don't have near the power that did. So.
Well, I could talk to the team over here, your new friends, and we can maybe put that motor in.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
I don't know if we can make the first round, but we'll try.
Oh, we'll try. We'll try. We'll do the best we can. But.
Hey, so listen, big day for Kyle Keck, and you can catch him on his website, teamkylekeck.com, and help this guy out. And he goes to a lot of races. We converted him from a NASCAR fan. He's all nitro now, folks. Kyle Keck.
Nice job,
Converting
Donnie.
one person at a time.
Yes.
One at a time.
Yes, whatever it takes.
How nice of that team to let somebody in their car, somebody they don't know, sit in the car, they run the motor. That's a lot of power. Nitro ain't cheap.
No, but isn't that the thing that we say about racers all the time? Like, we love how family-oriented, how people-oriented they are. And, there's always a story behind the racers. You just got to find it. And this was a great one that Donnie did for us.
Now, Brett, I got a great story about Diana Mike. We're up at Bakersfield. We're at the Smokers.
What Donnie
and
did.
They said, hey, anybody want to sit behind this car? We're going to fire it up. Diana Mike goes, I will. Okay, great. It won the 1964 Winter Nationals at Pomona and Top Fuel. Okay, great. Front engine dragster, She gets in the car. They go, okay, we're going to fire it up on alcohol. Here's the fire mask for when the nitro kicks in. What? What was that last part again? Don't worry. Just put this silver reflective hood over your head.
Cover yourself.
What? Oh, no, it's okay. Don't worry about it. And they fired it up, and of course it rumbles, and then they kick in the nitro. And by then it was dark. Flames were 6 feet up in the air. And the headers are like right here.
Oh, yeah. Well, if you're not used to that smell too. I mean, even when we were filming Pastime, whenever we'd have a nitro car come up, that would take me. I'd be like, my eyes would be watering.
Yeah, but when you got those flames like 3 inches from your face and you're afraid to move, it's just like, oh god.
Not to mention it messed up your hair. With that.
No, I didn't care. I just wanted to have hair at the end of it. That's all.
That was the goal right there. Now, for people watching the show tonight, you've probably already realized we have a brand new streaming setup. We were having some trouble with the old one last year. So if you give us some feedback, if you could post on thefote.com and the crew updates, let us know how it's working or send us an email. It appears to be working great. There is one commercial at the very beginning. And then I think once or twice they throw a little pop-up ad in there.
Yeah,
but
a little pop-up. And, you know, an easy way to kind of just ignore the pop-ups. There's no way to get rid of them totally as far as I know. But if you go full screen, then the pop-ups are so tiny, it's like it doesn't matter.
Well, there's another way. You can just drink a lot of whiskey.
Yeah.
Or Bushmills, and then you won't really bother with
there you have
pop-ups.
What kind of whiskey? That cinnamon stuff?
Oh, no, Dynamite likes Fireball.
Yeah.
Oh, Fireball.
I've discovered Fireball.
I'm a Yukon Jack kind of guy with a 7-Up back.
Man, you know what? I used to enjoy Yukon Jack back in the day. I haven't heard of it's been a long time.
I just threw that was my height when I was underage. That's what we try. I was the biggest guy in school, so they, and I had a little peach fuzz, and I would be the guy that they'd give. Here's $100. Go
Like
get
Bob
all the
has
booze.
now.
Yeah.
Yes, Bob is looking very, Duck Dynasty-ish.
Yeah.
Velcro.
He looks like his name could be Yukon Jack.
Wow.
And Backwoods Bob. Yeah.
In fact, I've already started a petition. Bring Hot Rod Bob back to Speed Scene Live.
Speed Scene, yes.
We haven't even kicked him off yet, but I don't want to waste time.
He might be going to work on the Gator Boys show. I think he's going to go wrestle some alligators.
I'm sure there's something insensitive he's going to say shortly. So, anyway,
the mouth is closed. All right, it was open for a sec there, but
I was going to say, but no.
Hey, I've got some great feedback already. I've got a bunch from the Foat Nation here.
Good.
They're telling me, hey, this is working great. Thumbs up. Video works good. So it was really frustrating towards the end of the year. We'd have problems with the old stream. So this is good news.
that is good news. Tested on Android mobile devices as well, and so it's.
Are you telling me I can watch this on my Samsung?
Yes.
No.
You can.
Or
No.
your iPhone.
That's
Really?
on there, all the iOS devices, and of course all that stuff.
You know, you guys will take either of those as a sponsor. Samsung, Apple.
Yes.
We're
Yes.
looking for a phone. I mean, wow.
Yes, and there you go. I'll drop some names. HTC.
Actually, I'm
Lenovo, we know.
I'm talking to a company that's bringing back the giant 1980s Motorola.
Nice. Wow.
Yeah, it's a lunchbox with an antenna.
I used to be into that walkie-talkie phone where you could be like, how
that
you
was
doing?
the Nextel.
Yeah.
Nextel,
How you
Sprint
doing?
bought that.
What are you doing? I'm having an In-N-Out burger. Why are you,
It's sort of like an audio version of a text. It's like, here's what I'm doing, which is actually nothing.
Yeah.
Okay, hey, shouldn't we get back to drag racing, guys?
Well, we should, but first we should take one more commercial break, and when we come back, we're going to talk more to everybody on the show, including our in-house star, the Big Swag.
Oh.
For over half a century, Currie rear-end components have been twisting out the torque and taking the punishment. And the new Currie lineup is stronger than ever. Some of the world's most capable, hardest-working vehicles depend on Currie gears, which is why you can too. Street cars, hot rods and resto rods, drag cars, rock-crawling four-wheel drive vehicles, whatever you're piloting, Currie expertise and rock-solid design means the parts will do their job, so you can do yours. Check out Currie's custom rear ends, featuring a full line of upgrades, components, and installation options. The Currie Crate rear ends lineup offers ultra-strong construction on third members and carrier assemblies. And other underside parts, like correct link steering systems, keep your four-wheeler pointed where you want it. Add in a wide variety of solid, purpose-built suspension and brake components, and you've got one tough, ready-to-go machine. Grab a hold of a Currie rear end. Talk to the experts at 714-367-2679 or view the complete line online at currieenterprises.com.
M&H Tires, makers of racing tires that give you the best bite for the buck. You've paid a lot for that horsepower. Make sure you use it all. M&H Tires has the best compounds available for maximum traction. Go to mandhtires.com. That's mandhtires.com. Buy direct and save at the website and mention the Speed Scene for a 5% discount. That's right, mandhtires.com. Call them at 661-324-4773. M&H Tires has tech guys ready to answer your questions or to recommend the best tire for you. Slicks or DOT. M&H Tires has it all. M&H were the first to create racing tires for muscle cars and also the first to create racing tires for sport compact cars. Legendary M&H Tires. Shop online, mention the Speed Scene, and save 5%. Get the best racing tires, great personal service, and save 5%. Go to MANDHTires.com or call them at 661-324-4773. MNHTires.com.
Everyone in the armed forces that has served to defend our great country and our freedom, all of us here in the United States of America would like to offer our sincere appreciation for all that you do and all that you've done. To every family that has made a sacrifice for us, we thank you.
Hey, this is Ron Capps. I listen to the Speed Scene every Tuesday night.
Welcome back to more of Speed Scene Live, the #1 online drag racing TV show. Brought to you by Curry Rear Ends, M&H Tires, Hedman Hustler Headers, and TheFoat.com.
Oh, yeah, and it's another Tuesday night. We're back live with Speed Scene Live. What? Oh, yeah, we got Scott Lucky Hudson here to my left.
I'm bubble watching.
Yes.
Bubble
We've got
watching.
Bruce back there handling the controls.
There's Brucey.
Bob Beck, of course, with his fuzzy face.
I'm fuzzy.
And Brett. Hey, Brett, tell us what you're going to be doing, sweetie.
Well, thank you so much that you asked. You know, I do a lot of appearances around town when we don't have a TV show, which we're working on, by the way.
Not wearing a scary mask or anything,
Not wearing a scary mask.
Okay.
No, well, I got some auditions for some TV stuff coming up. But I'm going to be, besides Lakeland this weekend, which is big for the Florida Street Outlaws, February 5th to the 15th and the 16th, Motorama 2014 Pennsylvania Farm Show Complex in Harrisburg, PA.
Wow.
MotoramaEvents.com. That's going to be big. And then in March, going back to PA, Northeast Rod and Custom Nationals, March 21st, 22nd, and 23rd in Oaks, Pennsylvania. $35K in cash and awards.
Ooh, that's a lot of money. A lot of money.
NortheastCustomCarshows.com. So I've never been to Pennsylvania, so I'm really excited.
Isn't that like up where the Amish are and everything in that area?
Yep. Well, in some parts of it.
So like you can get like a big blown motor and put it on the back of one of those little carts. And
Oh, that would be pretty cool.
One of those little buggies.
And wear your snowshoes.
It's also the home of Hershey, Pennsylvania.
Wow.
Chocolate.
I knew Diana might like that.
Aphrodisiac chocolate.
So are you going to be at the March meet?
What are the dates on March meet?
Like the 6th or something of March.
Yeah, I think so. I think
Come on down.
Because you guys got a new sponsor on board, so I got to come over to the booth.
Well, we'll have some cold, frosty adult beverages for you.
Well, if Donnie shows up, he can bring that special little machine that whips them up for us.
Oh, yeah.
Donnie, I have 4 coolers full of tasty beverages couch.
With the Italian food on the side.
Yes.
Wow.
Donnie is an excellent host. Now, Brett, on the Foat.com, crew update, somebody asked me, what's Brett doing? Is he making a movie? Is he doing a TV show? Where can I see you on TV or in films?
I just finished a movie called AWOL 72 with Luke Goss and Bokeem Woodbine, which
I saw the casting calls for extras for that. Yeah,
Did
so you're in it.
But I wasn't an extra.
No, good for you though. Good for you.
Yeah, I get the nice little good fight scene with Luke Goss, and then we're auditioning. And then even with the help of Bob Beck here, and I've been trying to. We got a couple drag racing shows that we're trying to work out. It's not that easy to sell a TV show. I really thought, you've been on TV for 5 years. You do a real popular popular show, and the people still are, how old are you, sir, and what do you do?
That's right. And wouldn't you think, too, when you come up with an idea that's clearly brilliant, and I'm not being facetious.
Absolutely. There's no drag racing, really. There's not much drag racing on TV. ESPN, unfortunately, has cut half of what they had, and they still didn't have a lot on. And then you have other shows that are on TV that are about street racing, which is fine, but it's not drag racing.
No.
It's not. And so hopefully between some of the good people out there, I'm working with a company called Half Yard Productions out of Maryland, and we're pitching Velocity. We're pitching a few of the networks, a couple more drag racing shows, and hopefully, by mid-season we'll be like a mid-season replacement show. And we'll have some drag racing on. So. Yeah, because we still have to get Lucky and Dynamite back on because they were on the Lost segment, the Lost episode of Pastime.
Do we really want to talk about that? Because
Don't bring that up.
Don't
bring that up.
That's almost as bad as Green Trikes.
Bruce,
Dynamite.
Oh yeah. Do we even want to go there? We don't want to.
But I got to get them back on TV again, racing. So we hope soon.
Bruce, why don't we do what's going on? I've got a bunch of dates of stuff that's happening. If you could throw some B-roll up. And this is the Yellow Bullet Nationals, which will be returning to Cecil County Labor Day weekend. By the way, before we do it, I got to let you know, next week, Alex the Car Girl will be live in studio. She was racing her Dodge Magnum at Las Vegas last weekend.
And disassembled it again.
Oh, I didn't hear about that. Well, she'll definitely have lots to talk about. You can also read her blog at moparmax.com. We've got Donnie Couch. Yeah, the legendary Make-A-Wish Donnie Couch.
Couchmeister.
Coming up with some great video footage and interview. Nobody can do it like Donnie can do. And legendary artist Kenny Youngblood will be coming on the show to talk about his great new website, fuelcoop.com. It's up now. It's nice. Check it out. fuelcoop.com.
Donald Long, well, he'll be talking about the biggest small tire race of the year, the Lights Out race at SGMP. That's February 20th through the 23rd. Cami Edelbrock from NMCA West. Well, she's going to be there live in studio to talk about the NMCA series. We've got so much good stuff this year on Speed Scene Live TV.
You know, we're going to be having the Curry rear ends, Hedman Hustler header, Aeromotive fuel system booths at all the big events. So come on out, see all the great products, and you can visit Aeromotive online at aeromotiveinc.com. Hey, we're even planning on swinging out to a lot of events back on the East Coast this year, so we hope to see a lot of people. Bob, where are you going to be?
Well, this weekend we start Thursday at Winter Nationals in Pomona. I go from there to Palm Springs, Indian Wells, actually, for the Dr. George Charity Car Show. Not that Dr. George was on TV here in California, but an oncologist doctor. They do an annual show. It raises money for cancer treatment. No one gets turned away. If they need treatment, they haven't got the money, this show helps supply the money necessary to get people treated.
That's awesome.
1,000 cars last year.
Dang.
It's going to be at the Indian Wells tennis courts, which are the big professional tennis
they
courts
do some of the
down in
Masters and stuff.
They've got it coming up a week after us.
Wow.
And they just refurbished it. They actually planted grass this year. Now, how they keep grass going down there, I don't know, but it's not.
Lots of water.
It's the green stuff.
A lot of rich folks down there for water.
Yeah, and they don't tell Jerry Brown that they're watering the grass.
No.
But we're going to be down there.
April 19th, you're going to be down at Verona, are you not?
That's right, Dynamite. Where will I be there?
Well, Lucky, I think you're going to be at the Match Race Madness April 19th at Verona. Go down, see Lucky's going to battle at Heads Up. You know what? Everybody come on down to the Verona track and cheer him on.
I think you're racing against. Actually, I think you're racing against a woman that's got the black and pink like Nova, and I watched that firsthand last week.
He's gonna get beat by a girl.
Oh, he might.
She's
I'll tell you
fast.
what, Diana Branham. She is quick. She got 590.
Good for her.
She ran 599 at Irwindale with that car, and that was all motor. It wasn't bottle fed.
What year Nova?
They've got a 70 SS.
Oh, okay.
Now,
You wear that shirt, Lucky.
Yes.
I will.
It might be
I'll
a
wear
couple-
this shirt. And, you know, she told me
Yeah.
that she's not going to be on nitrous when she races
No.
me because I said, hey, I'm naturally aspirated. I'm no bottle baby. And she said, I won't have the nitrous. It'll be motor
Fair.
against
that's
motor.
nice.
Yeah.
But there was a lot of talk about this race. I'm going to
Oh,
tell you
yeah.
right now, there's a lot of talk about this race because she's a cool chick. I'll call her a chick. She's
She
a cool
is
woman.
a neat lady.
And she is looking really forward to racing you. And this has been a big talk on Facebook, buddy.
Well,
Do not
you know
let
what?
us down.
I've invited her to come on the show, so I'm saving all my trash talk for when she's in. I mean, I'm
You
going
better
to be
not
very
trash
nice when she
talk.
comes in on the show.
Yeah,
Hey.
she's a neat lady. Lives up here in Sun Valley, not too far from here, and drives a black and pink 70 Nova SS.
Good
It's
for
a
her.
real
Beautiful
deal
looking
steel
car.
car. Yeah, and she has a matching race suit to go with it.
Well, now, the other thing that we're doing, that we're talking about at the beginning of the show, February 7th, Test and Tune down at Lakeland, and February 8th, Florida Street Outlaws.
This weekend.
And
Yep. Brett's
Big
gonna be there.
Swag, he's going to be there live and in person.
Come on down, say hello. Kissing babies and eating your sandwiches. That's what I do.
Nice.
Not necessarily in that order.
And now the open house this Saturday at Fontana. You can come on down. There's no racing there, but they've got the sound wall up.
Yep.
Everybody in the SoCal area is very excited. You can meet the new track manager.
It's back.
It'll
You
be
know,
back, yeah.
and so it's going to be a great deal to come on down, meet everybody, see the facility, get ready to go racing. And, of course, there's some kind of a small event at Pomona this weekend.
Yeah.
And if you get
That's the big
yeah.
boys, Lucky.
Yeah, if you get tired of watching the racing at Pomona Thursday, you need some more, come on out to Irwindale right afterwards. We're racing Thursday night.
Thursday night at Irwindale, racing under the stars. And we mentioned Donald Long. He's coming on the show. Man, the holy grail of small tire racing.
The Duck.
And
The
don't
Duck.
forget the world famous March meet. That's going to be at the Auto Club Famoso Raceway, March 6th through the 9th.
so
Lucky
much
and I will
drag
both be there. We'll both be racing. We've pre-entered, so we've got our cars registered. Plus, we're going to have a 70-foot long booth there with our Curry Racing rear ends and our Hedman Hustler and our new sponsor, Aeromotive.
Nice. So we'll see you next week. Next week, Speed Scene Live right here. Brett, thank you so much for coming in studio.
Man, thank you. It's always a pleasure. 2014 Speed Scene Live. Are you kidding me? Oh, come on.
Do the ring. Do the rings. Come on. There you go. That's what
That is 3D
nice.
television right there.
Bam.
It looks like it was coming right at me.
I know, right at me. I backed off. Man. Hey, Bob,
Yes.
thanks for rounding up Jeff Arend to talk to
Hey,
as well.
not a problem. Great guy.
All right, look, looks like we'll see most of the component here next week, right?
We will.
Sounds great.
Excellent. Hey, thanks for joining us for the first show of 2014. I almost said 2012. I'm just like lost in the time warp, man. It's flying by now. Hey, the encore presentation of the show comes up next. And yeah, by all means, if you got comments on the new stream, let us know because, you know, that includes negative as well as positive. We want to make sure we're pushing that show out just like it ought to be, just like you want it. All right, join us again next week right here at Speed Scene Live.
Speed Scene Live TV, the #1 online motorsports TV show. Brought to you by Curry Racing Rear Ends, M&H Tires, and TheFoat.com.